Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining our Prodsmart webinar today. Our goal is to keep this under 30 minutes, so it should be short and sweet. Now, my name is Mike Belanger. I am the Advanced Manufacturing Regional Manager at SolidCAD, covering Ontario and Western Canada. Also joining me is Andre Moisan, one of our Prodsmart specialists. We will hear from him shortly during the technical demonstration. By the end of this session, you should have a very good understanding of how Prodsmart could help you track and improve your workflow regardless of the manufacturing industry you work in. We welcome any and all questions you may have. Just please type them into the webinar area and we will do our best to answer all questions either right after the webinar or with a follow-up email. Of course, we also love your phone calls and emails. Please feel free to reach out to us if you're interested in learning even more about Prodsmart or if you're curious of how it could help you in your specific work environment. I will have our contact info on a slide at the end of the webinar if you want to reach out to us this way. All right, for the agenda, we will start by discussing the status quo, meaning the processes by which most companies abide. Then we'll dig into the challenges that these processes pose and which we've learned to accept as a part of the way we do things. Then we'll look at how those challenges bear an impact on the business. Lastly, we'll see how Autodesk Prodsmart can help improve processes and provide your business with the relevant data that will allow you to improve your whole business. Then we'll move on to a technical demonstration. Starting with the status quo, what does a typical production workflow look like? Does this look familiar? There are nuances to every business, but usually at the start of a production process, a production or work order is created. There are various stages, such as material procurement and various operations needed to produce the order. But how is it started? How is the production information moved? And how is the production tracked? You have probably seen this before, right? Or do you currently use paper travelers? A very common method in manufacturing to track production and generate data is with paper travelers, spreadsheets, and whiteboards. Most companies use a template where the initial entry of data might be digital, for example, the production ID, names, quantities, dates, etc. After that, all of it is packaged up, printed out, and sent to the shop floor to be processed and completed by the workers. The workers will then go through the manual data entry process to populate the production information before it is received at the very end of the production process. Going back to our workflow, we can see that the paper traveler moves the information along each stage. As it travels throughout the production floor, information from the manufacturing process is captured and then written down. This is used to indicate when each stage is complete, possibly with additional information such as manufacturing or quality check information that is gathered as well. Once that job is completed, the packet is then returned. We then have the form with all the information from the production run filled out, ready for manual data entry. But when the form returns, there are often issues. It can be difficult to read or understand, or worse, it can get lost. The data may be collected along the way, but it might only be communicated back to the management at the end of production, which can be too late. Delayed data capture means delayed visibility, which in turn means delayed problem solving. And the data is difficult to analyze, so there are no long-term analytics to help improve production processes. Let's be honest, even if the traveler is filled out perfectly, we still have a lot of missing information. At the very beginning, we have to ask, do we have the right material in stock? Checking via an MRP system, spreadsheets, or simply going onto the shop floor and having a look? What about our operational availability? What are the machines currently doing? Are they down for some reason like maintenance? Are they running at capacity? What about the workers? Are they available, working on other jobs, or possibly on a vacation? And what do we do with all this information that's gathered? It must be manually input into spreadsheets to be filtered out or added to reports, ready for review and analysis. In a perfect world, this is great, but unfortunately, that's not the reality, and issues are constantly occurring, requiring our need for adjustment. To make these decisions, we need to know what's happening on the production floor in real time. Using this paper method with information that is required in the middle of the manufacturing process means a travel packet must be found on the floor in order to review them and gather all the information needed. This takes time, reducing the ability to react and make decisions which can be mission critical for success and profitability. Now, these inefficiencies and the lack of information is definitely a challenge, but how does it impact your business? Looking at the pain points, there are 4 key areas where we often see the biggest issues. Those related to visibility of their inventory, production traceability, job tracking, and quality control. These issues are impacting the work of your warehouse manager, compliance manager, production manager, and your quality manager. And when we translate these challenges into your business's metrics and goals, we see a few warning signs. Deadlines are being missed, efficiency is going down, and the bottlenecks are hard to identify. Costs are going up beyond your control. Waste scrap rates are high and seemingly impossible to problem solve. Tracing production is a time-consuming effort, especially when getting audited. Often raw materials run out and sourcing them is a challenge that impacts the entire production downstream. How can we make things better? We can digitize our production process, but how exactly? Choosing the right solution for your digitalization process can be hard. You will hear about several acronyms associated with the digitalization process, which you might or may not be familiar with, such as PDM, PLM, MRP, ERP, and MES. PDM stands for Product Data Management, which is a system that centralizes product-related data and processes. Engineers use PDM software to track revisions, manage change orders, generate bill of materials, and more. PLM stands for Product Lifecycle Management and is a system used to manage a product's development lifecycle from conception and design to sampling and production. It's a collaborative solution which brings together data, people, and processes to aid in an organization's ability to develop its products. MRP is Material Requirements Planning, which is a system for calculating the materials and components needed to manufacture a product. This often consists of inventory control, identifying what's needed, and scheduling their production or purchase. ERP is Enterprise Resource Planning, which is a comprehensive system that consolidates all aspects of a business, including customer relationship management, CRM, purchasing and accounts, human resources, material requirements planning, supply chain management, and more. And last but not least, we have MES, which stands for Manufacturing Execution System. This is a system that monitors, tracks, documents, and controls the process of manufacturing goods from raw materials to finished products. It uses real-time data to provide information on production progress. When it comes to product manufacturing, software solutions like those just mentioned, which are used to digitize paper, whiteboards, and spreadsheet processes, tend to cater to large organizations. They were built for companies with large budgets and dedicated IT staff to implement these complex solutions. It can take anywhere between 6 to 18 months to implement these legacy MES systems. During this time, companies don't see any productivity benefits because these systems require full migration of a company's data and processes before they can begin to use the tool. In addition to the immense amount of time required to implement these from a delivery side, there is often a significant cost associated with implementing and supporting these solutions, which can be prohibitively expensive for a small or medium-sized business. And after all that time and money is invested, the results are often less than desired. User adoption by workers is slow due to insufficient hardware and complicated user interface, and back office setup is challenging because of the rigid rules within the software that is inflexible to adapting to a company's process. You're probably looking for a solution that is fast, affordable, and efficient. Fast because you're looking to be able to track your first production orders within a matter of days, not months. Affordable because you're looking for something at a compelling price that has a simplified implementation process to reduce setup costs. This gets you up and running quickly as possible, allowing for the possibility of servicing opportunities later and configurations and integrations. And efficient because you're looking for something that can easily be adopted by both workers and management teams and which is device independent. The alternative? Let me introduce you to Prodsmart. So Prodsmart, in its simplest definition, is to transform shop floor production into a digitized process, where the main objective is to drive operational efficiency. Prodsmart is a cloud-based modular tool which is very flexible and can be implemented very quickly. That's the big differentiator. It provides real-time visibility into production and inventory tracking, visibility into quality control and traceability, with material requirements planning for just-in-time manufacturing. There is also instant data capture using standard devices like tablets and smartphones, as well as barcode and QR code readers. It's worth noting, however, that this does not mean machine monitoring or machine analytics, but it does have the ability to aggregate different data sources and feed those into the system. Prodsmart goes beyond the shop floor and supports all other needs of the business process, from ordering to shipping, covering sales, purchase and inventory management, MRP, scheduling, production and job tracking, quality and traceability, as well as maintenance management. There are multiple outcomes and benefits from using Prodsmart, like the ability to increase manufacturing flexibility and getting the necessary information to plan ahead for the next production run, or how to improve supply chain agility and minimize your production waste, which reduces the environmental impact. Most importantly, though, and I can't emphasize this enough, is how it can all be achieved with a quick and easy solution. You just go to your browser or your mobile phone, sign up, install the mobile app, and you can start obtaining results. No complexity, no IT team required, and no expensive hardware needed. Once you digitalize your process and gain the real-time visibility that comes with digitalization, you will see immediate results. You will quickly begin to decrease costs by reducing raw material and processing waste and eliminating paper processing costs and production bottlenecks. Ultimately, in the long term, you'll be able to make business decisions which will help you increase efficiency and revenue based on data and analytics instead of emotions or gut feel. Let's take a closer look at the production planning aspects of manufacturing and how leveraging Prodsmart can help you achieve your business outcomes. First is increasing manufacturing throughput. This can be achieved by leveraging Prodsmart for tracking production schedules, monitoring your shop floor activities, managing inventory, all while streamlining and optimizing every part of the manufacturing process. Next is efficient resource planning. Prodsmart centralizes the optimization of people and processes, allowing manufacturers to realize the maximum use of inventory, people, and equipment, especially when running just-in-time production models and when abiding by lean manufacturing methodologies. And finally, achieving manufacturing flexibility. Prodsmart provides the insight and planning tools manufacturers need for flexibility and agile manufacturing processes. Each of these can independently affect your manufacturing process, but when combined, they can have a major positive impact on your overall production planning process. All right, now I'm going to hand things over to Andre, who will continue with the technical demonstration.
Thanks, Mike, and hello to all. Now let's have a look at the Prodsmart interface. Prodsmart provides customizable dashboards in a web interface. Here we can see an overview of the shop floor performance. From here, you can navigate to other dashboards, such as machine status, where we can get an overview of our machines, such as whether they are running, available, or experiencing downtime due to maintenance. And there is a production scheduling tool to organize your shop floor with the ability to drag and drop jobs quickly. The second way to use Prodsmart is via the mobile app. This is predominantly how the workers interact with Prodsmart, with the ability to punch in and out, start production processes, control material movement, log machine downtime, production quality, and more. Let's look at these in a little more detail. Within Prodsmart, the sales process can be managed from the initial quote creation, which can be printed out for the client, through to the generation of a sales order itself. Once the sales order is created, the jobs can be generated and made available in the list along with all the existing jobs, ready for scheduling. Mentioned earlier, Prodsmart has a scheduling dashboard where jobs can be dragged and dropped with real-time feedback on production load based upon your production capacity. Scheduling can be displayed from a job perspective, a machine perspective with the same load calculations, and from an operation level where you can identify bottlenecks in the processes. You can also view your raw material needs, see what you currently have in your warehouse, and utilize automated purchase order creation if additional raw materials are required. Prodsmart can be used to monitor material movements, going from the initial purchase order to receiving of materials, where the quantities received and the specific location of the materials can be recorded via the mobile app. You can also check your inventory to learn how much you have of each product, part, or raw material, and check when something has arrived, was shipped, or was internally consumed, all in one place. Here we can see the main dashboard, which will update in real time as jobs are started and finished. The aim here is to show the flow of information. The dashboard shows the latest job in the middle with the feed updated as job statuses change. Likewise, the global overall equipment effectiveness displays update. As the jobs are fast forwarded, the productivity goes up, but as the waste is logged at the same time, it can be seen that the quality of some of the products start to fall. The main point here is that action can be taken as soon as it happens, not at the end of production. This is supplemented by quality analytics, which can show things like the most common problems that cause the quality failure. The machine status dashboard shows the availability of the equipment in a facility. Via the mobile app, machines can be logged for maintenance, which updates the status in real time on this dashboard, turning it red. Once done, the machine will then be shown as available once again. And the same goes for other statuses, such as changeovers or simply if they are in use. Downtime reports are also available, which can help identify equipment commonly experiencing problems, suggesting the need for preventative maintenance or replacement. Prodsmart also has dashboards for analytics to help capture and analyze trends. It also has a comprehensive reporting system where you can mix and match your desired outputs to capture the information you need on your production, highlighting issues such as downtime, as well as allowing the display of employee efficiency, product profitability, and operation productivity. I want to finish this section by talking about integrations. In this particular example, we can see how Fusion 360 is integrated with Prodsmart. We start by seeing our product within Fusion Team. Then, from within the Prodsmart web interface, we can create a new job in the schedule, set the dates for production and delivery, and then import the data directly from Fusion 360. Now, Prodsmart will display the different teams and projects available. And once the chosen project is selected, it will select the list of components in order to create a manufacturing bill of materials for this model. It can then be assigned a predefined process template and saved. The results of this import process will include things like a bill of materials, as well as things like the 3D model and additional files, such as those showing you product specs, blueprints, and so on. From the perspective of the mobile app, we can have a reduced view for the operator with only the relevant information displayed. The operator can check the bill of materials. They can also check the work instructions that contain the 3D models with the ability to take measurements directly in the mobile app and explode the model to correlate it with the BOM. Once all information is gathered, they could then go through the production process.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Andre. Much appreciated. And at this point, I think I'd like to try and wrap up the webinar, get everyone back to their day. And as you can see on the slide that I have up right now is our contact info. So like I mentioned at the beginning of the webinar, please feel free to reach out and contact us. We're more than happy to engage on your specific questions in your actual workplace. Or if you just had some more general questions, by all means, just let us know. We're happy to reach out and have that conversation. All right. Have a great day, everyone.